Generally, I'm not. It takes a few minutes. In the meantime, Guacamole Hag is getting some mud. That is honestly the person's face. Name, a Guacamole Hag. I kind of love it. I don't know why, but I can't hit this dude. This one dude is like immune. Good morning, Shunzi. Being a jerk and hitting everybody with mud balls. For fun and profit. Well, mostly just for fun. Oh, did I open that? I did not. Here, now I have. Look at that timing. Woo! Scuttle is through the roof right now. We have some DDA's houses for both the contest and their showcase to go through. So we have a bunch we can look at. If we get through those, we can look at the BMW contest ones, which I'm judging right now. Well, I actually already judged them. Good morning, Corona. But we can look at them. I should have been taking screenshots of them, and I didn't. Because I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Wow. I can't pronounce your name, but welcome. Thank you, Corundum, for a multitude of reasons. A, thank you, because you're awesome. But also, thank you for the 2020 takeout. You're awesome. 2020 takeout. Plus the sub, obviously. Okay. Let's finishing up. You know, it is this time especially. There's something about this particular contest that I could have judged at least 3 or 4 of them as 10s. 10 out of 10. There was some work on there that was just absolutely astonishing. Genius work, you know? And it's hard for me to even rate things in general, just because of the fact that I tend to think art has its own value, regardless of, you know, in comparison to one another. But, you know, then I just sort of try to break it down by technical or matching the theme. But that doesn't mean that one piece of art is better than another piece of art. You know what I mean? It just means that it has those qualities to it. It's hard to explain. But that's genuinely how I feel about it. It's not like somebody is better than another person. Because it really just isn't like that. I don't know. I'm a little down today, so you'll have to give me a little bit of patience for that. We'll start with a house right now. Let me just turn this in and we'll go to a house. If I can click the button. If I can click the button. Clicky the buttons. And Majani, I need to give her her winnings from yesterday, but I think she's on EU, and I did not go over to EU. But I do have her written down, so when I go over there, I will send it to her. Excuse me, still waking up. Oh, screw you, Bergama. My butt, Bergama. Alright, so we're doing festivals. Yeah, that's a really good way to explain it. And you know, maybe Picasso's amazing, right? You know, no question, Picasso's amazing. But does Picasso hit the theme as well as perhaps Rembrandt or Warhol, who are like really easy to interpret what they're creating? Whereas Picasso, like, you look at it and it's like, I don't really 100% understand what I'm seeing, right? So that's kind of where I'm getting at with it. It's there's just different things. Serenity Falls is, oh, I do really like this one, even though we've seen it a bunch of times. It's a beautiful one. We should look at it. This is Research Monkeys. I forget which, we'll just see some of it, but I forget which holiday it's supposed to be, or festival, but it is something, and it's really cool. Did some really great ideas. Yeah, it is. It is hard to say. And, you know, you look at somebody like, for example, Skullord, whose everything they do is so abstract. And comparing it to someone else's work is just, you know, totally apples to oranges. Just makes me sad. So this is Research Monkeys Bunny Festival. Now, we're not going to go inside. There's a whole lot more going on, but I just wanted to show you real quick. I've shown this a bunch of times, so I don't want to show it too long, but I do want to show you just how beautiful and ingenious this all is. I don't know, maybe we can all at some point explain to people who are very sad that they didn't win things that it isn't about that. It's just, sometimes it really comes down to technical versus, you know, and how well you followed the theme versus, you know, anything else that you might think, you know, is one thing more creative than another? Hard to say. This is just beautiful. There's somebody on the forum saying that we need balloons like this, and I'm like, you mean like the ones we have? The square paper ones? I gotta just post this and let people see. Anyway, so this is one of my favorite. If you haven't seen this in its entirety, it's his Serenity Falls, and you should come see it because it's really, really good. But since we've already seen it, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is Loca de Patio Moonsugar. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Nope. So it's something entirely new. Excuse me for a moment. I left my coffee in the kitchen. Okay, coffee gained. Okay, what have we here? We have a balloon, at least one. Is this a balloon festival? That could be really cool. Nope, it's a different, some kind of festival, but maybe not balloon. So this part is just the showcase, but there is a separate aspect to this, which is judging the host of the month for DDA. And I'm not sure if I'll do that on stream or not, because a lot of them I think we've already seen, so I would have to go back and refresh myself. Oh, wow, look at that. Good morning, Torber. Fancy. People are getting really good at these. I remember when the only one I ever saw of it was Elsabeth? I forget her name. And she did hers by hand before there was EHT. And she's just amazing. But then over time, people have done more and more, and they've gotten either more elaborate or like cleanly simple, like you say, Azalea, or lit differently or whatever. Oh goodness, what have we here? Okay, this is adorable because they used the busts as riders. You usually don't see riders in these things. This is hilarious. You know who would appreciate this is actually, yeah, that is fun. You know who would appreciate this actually is Research Monkey, because he's done a carnival himself, and it also had a sploosh, a roller coaster like that he did by hand, but that was a while ago. I wonder if he has seen this. It's pretty cool though. I like the wheels. So I'm assuming you already saw this, Shenzi. Were you looking at the showcases? This is my first time seeing it. Oh, look, a chessboard. Nicely done. What is the dragon? I forget what the dragon should be. I mean, that's... I used to know chess pieces. I don't know them anymore. Ah, we've got a merry-go-round. A beautiful one, no less. That's pretty complex build up there. Ah, yes. The alleyways tour or whatever she called it. That's adorable. I apologize for taking us through these again for you, but this isn't all we're gonna look at. But seesaw and a play set. This person is quite talented. And the boon. I do like the boon. What? Why is there an alien sucking up a horse? Well, generally, I mean, it's hard for me to find a build I don't like, so all of my responses are going to be pretty similar. How do I get up there so I can see the horse getting sucked up in the alien thing? That's hilarious. That poor horsey. Too funny. Excuse me, too funny. Not gonna lie, I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I'm a little... It's gonna be a little hard for me to function today, but we're gonna do the best that we can, because what else am I gonna do? Suffer in pain in bed or suffer in pain here? Rather suffer in pain here, right? So, my sister did not have a stroke after waiting for hours and hours and hours to be seen. She finally got seen at around 4 in the morning. Coffee time. Quantum, we saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I was showing it off and trying to speculate on which piece was which. There's obviously the king and the queen, but when you get beyond that, I'm not really familiar. But it turns out that she has a slipped disc. So, Viper Santos Psijic. So, they sent her home with some pain meds and whatnot. But, okay, so we've seen that. We might end up going through these fairly quickly because of it. Coffee time we saw. Pandora Hearts Still Waters. I'm not sure if we saw that or not. Yes, Castle on Ice, we saw that. And Trass. All the lunar salmon. Oh, we saw Trasses. We went with Trass. That was the cool carnival. Okay, so cool. We've seen those showcase ones. But voting is now open for... Holy smokes, there's a lot here. I'm not sure. Certainly not all of these were in the running. They weren't part of, you know... That's weird. It's just... They're not even themed, you know? That's the thing that gets me about this. It's very strange. They just sort of... Here are a bunch of different houses. Pick your top... I guess they are themes. Memories, Magic, and Merriment. Still Waters, Merlith. Let's see. Yeah. But I didn't think... I'm confused. Alright, let me show you the BMW ones. Yeah, I know. We'll go there. It's for BMW. And I got it. I went through them yesterday. I hope none of them get mad at me for this, but they're pretty amazing. And Skullord won't care. I'm going to show you... We'll start with Skullords, I guess. The Coldharbour. It's pretty Skullordy, so... You'll get it when we get there. If you know anything about Skullord and their work, you'll see exactly what I mean. I want to know more about Skullord. I want to know what their artistic background is. I want to know a lot about them because they're pretty much genius in a way that I can't explain without just showing you. Now, where the average builder, like myself or anyone else, tries to make something look so realistic, they have a different style entirely where they make creatures and people and they use broad strokes basically. It's like using a fat brush versus a small brush. It's much more abstract than what anything I ever see anyone else do. Hey, Dara. And it's really kind of fantastic and amazing and shocking to me. It's just, I've never seen anyone else work like they do. And I don't know that I could even copy it. I mean, she's just, I mean, I think it's a she, but we'll just say they are just so incredibly, just the thinking behind some of this stuff is so amazing. It's hard to imagine how they even came up with it. If I tried to do something like this, it would end up looking sloppy. It would end up looking like I just threw some shit together and I didn't even try. But Skullord stuff never looks like that. Skullord stuff always looks like it's intentionally abstract. And I'm not really sure how they manage it. It's truly just amazing. I mean, I'm sure you see everything I'm looking at, and I don't even need to tell you just how many. The whole thing's a cobble. Akatan's dragon, a little doll. Well, see, here's the thing about it, Shunzi. They never keep their builds up. This is a crush, by the way. Their builds are always taken down after a while, and they reuse all of the same objects. So whereas all of us who keep our builds would have to go out and buy all new stuff, they have it already purchased and just reuse it. So it's a one-time investment as opposed to the rest of us who keep them and just end up redoing. Allow me to show you some previous builds in this same house that Skullord did. Skullord has a really creative mind and did a totally different holiday build than they have previously. So here's the window capture. Hold on. I suppose they added all of the dwarven stuff to their repertoire that they probably didn't have before, you know? But prior to that, but other than that, they tend to reuse all of their stuff. So here's the snowmen that Skullord made in a previous build. I think they're adorable. This is in the same house space. Excuse me, let me skip ahead to the others. Hold on, there's more here. This is another one. Isn't that beautiful? It's a gingerbread house. And another crash inside. Totally different, of course. And this was their angel, I mean their star. And the reindeer. Same house. So, you know, you gotta kind of appreciate that they... I don't know how someone could make something that genius and then just take it all apart. Like, my heart would break. But I think that's part of the way they look at it. Like, you know, it's part of the joy of it is that it is temporary, you know? I just don't know. I don't know. I couldn't do it. But I give them massive credit, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, what was the other ones? I know Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars should not be mad. Let me show you the one that is mind-blowing to beyond belief, okay? Now, I don't know if you remember who Sea of Stars is, but Sea of Stars won the Haus contest for their Nordic build. If you want a little bit of a refresher of what I mean, hold on, I'll show it to you. Sea of Stars is beyond talented. She's just a friggin' genius. Genius! I wonder if I didn't put it under that. I wonder if I put it under feasts. I may have put that under feasts. I don't know. But she did the one that a lot of people accused her of cheating, and obviously she didn't. It was beautiful, and she did not cheat. Because a lot of people said, oh, she did it on, what did they say? They said she did it on the PTS, and I'm like, oh, really? And then I, like, went there and took a picture of it on live. And I'm like, yep. Okay, tell me again how this is on the PTS, you assholes, for accusing people of something that you don't know anything about. I was a little sensitive about it, because she's a guildie, and I don't like people accusing other people of cheating when they don't know. And that should have been the end of it, but it wasn't, because some people had to say some obnoxious other things, like, oh, she fiddled with the picture. I'm like, oh my god, people. Shut up. People just can't leave well enough alone. There's a lot of bitterness. What? Where did I put it? I want to find it. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, it was really cool. So here's the, this is antiquarian. So you got to expect that this is going to be amazing, but I mean, there's amazing, and then there's this, okay? I want to just give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. This is probably one of the best spells I've ever seen. It's truly... Okay, we're in antiquarian, so we have an old European city or town. You can tell because everything's very, very narrow, which is in stone floors and stone walls and Breton, you know, uses here and there. And so I'm thinking, oh, cool. And then you come to this, which is amazing. Let me switch this to night view for a second. Excuse me for that. Now, night view is cool, but as villages go, this might be my favorite. There's so much to it. It's not just exterior. The whole thing, it's so detailed, and it just keeps going. Like, you're inside this house here, right? And you think, oh, it's just a stair thing. No, it's an actual upstairs with, like, a window that faces out with butterflies coming out of it. I mean, it's not a false front. There's details beyond what you might expect. And then you have, you know, citizens running around being citizens. And then this house is a library, I think. But check this out. Okay, see you later, Torber. You go up this little section, and you have another house or another shop. I'm not quite sure. This might be an alchemy shop. And you look across, and there's Phaedra. I don't think you can get in that part of the house. I think that house is blocked off. But that's what makes it even more charming, is that you can see somebody walking around up there even though you can't get into it, which is kind of amazing if you think about it. Really, really talented. Okay, mailbox. That is a really great mailbox. I don't think I noticed that last time. And then here's the bakery with Hroltar is now looking at baked goods. He really does walk like an ass, doesn't he? It's hard to even, I don't know. And then over here is the restaurant. Look at these little, what do you call these? Booths. And then you look out the window and you realize, what a view. Imagine you're the one eating here. So beautiful. It is. It truly is. I'm so impressed by this. And then you go in here, and this is an artist's room. Check that out. And they have this incredible view as well, which makes some sense, you know. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the other thing is, there's this castle up there, right? You'd have to kind of go back to this back alleyway to really get a good view of it. There is more. See this back alleyway? There's this little house section here. And you look out, and here you get this great view of the whole village. And you can see cats walking along the roof. There's just details everywhere. Now, you can't actually go in that castle because, I mean, everything is so detailed. You can't possibly imagine having that whole thing filled out, but it's truly genius. And just, I'm envious. I wish I could have come up with something like this. I really do. This is something else. Just beautiful. I don't even know how people think of things like this. But keep in mind that Sea of Stars... hold on. I want to see if she submitted this. No, she submitted her Hall of Lunar Champion. She did not submit this one, which is kind of interesting. I would have expected that she... I would have expected it. I love this town too. I wish I was special and brilliant enough like her to do this, but the thing is that Sea of Stars is one of the kindest, nicest, sweetest young ladies that I've ever known, and I think she took the accusations made against her with such grace, and I give her all the credit in the world for making something like this. Oh, good. We get to do the sneaky sneak behind and see what it looks like. I hope she doesn't get mad, but this stuff is fascinating to me. I feel like I'm sticking my head up inside. Oh, I shouldn't look at this. All right, I'll be good. Cracks me up. I'm bad. All right, let's check out a Shalador Shrouded Realm. Let's look at ticks. We'll head over to you, though. If I had to guess, and I'm saying this off the top of my head without any knowledge aside from my own instinct, I would guess that probably is the winner. But it'll be a fight, because, you know, Skullord's really damn good, and so are a lot of the rest of them. So I give people credit. Alright. Only 108 items, so I'm assuming they just mostly used the stuff that comes with it, so we're not going to explore this one. We'll move on. Latherin, Union of Disorder. I don't think people understand open houses, and I wish I could explain it to them better. Excuse me. I have the yawns. Silver yawns. Silver yawns. I don't know what I am. I'm something. Just not sure what. I'm a thing. That's my thought. Exactly. Exactly so. I'm not really sure. The green fire comes from the hags. The hags cauldrons. Hello. Let me switch my filter. Ha! You thought you were outdoing me, but now I'm the tiger tater. Okay. 255, less than half. Somebody's still working on this. That's too bad. I would have liked to have seen a finished one. Rawr. Joyous one. North Pole Annex. Exorcised. However, if you meant that fire, that's the statue of Calgronted. That's a crown item. Can't get Christmas music out of my head. Someone's stop me now. Stop me! Punch me in the head, please. You must end me. Hold on a moment. I'm trying to post something in response to someone's request. Okay, here we go. North Pole Annex. 367. Yay! A pretty much full one. Woot! Oh, this is pretty. 3 effects. We got an Calgronted in again. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but Calgronted can be changed to 3 different, maybe 4 different statuses. It can be off, it can be poison, it can be ice like this, it can be lightning, and it can be fire. So what they did is they hid Calgronted and they put the ice on so it looks like there's a snowstorm. And then they've got snow falling from EHT, and then they have, obviously, this is Santa's sleigh, I would guess. But what is Parari up to? is Ferrari doing the most evil thing I can think of and stealing from Santa's sleigh? I think Ferrari is being very, very bad. That's quite pretty too. All the blue. Very well lit. We have a ghost Indric having a drink. Spot to sit and enjoy. These are probably reindeer noms. Wait, aren't there actually reindeer cookies or reindeer snacks that kids leave out these days? What are those things? Let me see. Reindeer treats? Reindeer food? Yeah, it's okay. It is a thing. Seriously. Reindeer food. Okay. So this is a thing, apparently. I know I had heard of it. It's pretzels, mini pretzels, crispy corn checks, dry roast peanuts, M&Ms, and white chocolate. So it's essentially puppy chow. It's like puppy chow with, which is always such a bizarre thing that anyone ever came up with that name for a snack food is puppy chow. It's bizarre. So we have a cozy little cottage, and I'm assuming that's Mr. and Mrs. Claus. But for whatever reason, they're not here. And somebody is up to tricks. Needs firing. Like it was just said. Endo, same, Endo, absolutely the same. When I moved here, I was like, why would I want to eat dog food? Are you kidding me? And cornholing, I know exactly what you mean. Want to play cornhole? And my face would just, what? What is wrong with people? Oh my god. That's so funny. Yeah, it's true. That is very overachieving. Carrots make more sense. Right? Look at them making the presents over here. No, I totally cringe at it. I just, especially when it's like, my husband says it without any sort of, there's like no second thought for him. You know, because he totally thinks of it as the game. And I'm just so embarrassed by even him saying it. It is pretty funny. This is a lovely house, Joyous. You did good work. What are they doing? They're stealing it. They're stealing one of these. Or they're decorating the trees. That's cute. I'm surprised my husband didn't log in to defend himself. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. Carrots, yes. Carrots are smart. I think the birds are all decorating the trees. I think that's what's going on. They're not stealing the designs. They're decorating, which is a really cute idea. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone do that, but it's pretty adorable. Azalea stone. Plant yourself, boulder tree. Well, of course. You mean the reindeer had to leave teeth marks? Obviously. That's what you mean, right? I'm surprised you haven't logged in to defend yourself. He may be downstairs already working. Damn it. yourself. So this is our lovely very own azalea stone. And she's got a boulder tree, which I don't know about you guys, but boulder trees are very dry looking normally. I'm not a big fan of the oh, beautiful! I'm not a fan of the standard. This must have, is this your entry for J Hearts? But this isn't dry looking at all. Oh, that's so pretty. Like there's no dirt looking area, which is what this place usually makes me think of. Just plain old dirt. But look at how jungly it is. Good for you. And here we worship kitties. My kitties would approve. Oh, that's lovely. It's like a natural gazebo. There is a sneaky. Where be the sneaky sneaky? Where be you, sneaky sneaky? Oh, for those of you who weren't on, my sister did not have a stroke. My sister had a slip disc. They sent her home with medication, and if it doesn't fix itself, like pain meds, and if it doesn't fix itself, she's going to need surgery. But it's not a stroke, which I think is a little better. Where be the sneaky? I suck at the sneakies sometimes. All right, let's go up the middle. Maybe it's in the middle. Oh, pretty. Really smart to use the fabricant trees. I call that a win to you, right? Seriously. I know she's in a lot of pain, but she told me yesterday they sent her home with like more neurological, oh, okay, type drugs, not like the good stuff. And, oh, that's a pretty lamp. It's like a, not a shandy, but a floor lamp. It's beautiful. It's kind of like a weird forge. I like it. I'll go back. I see PAX things and I must walk up them. What's in you? Oh, what a bed! Wow! So they sent her home with the not good stuff because I guess, see, this is always so wild to me when people make something come out of the mirror so it looks like you're seeing your own reflection and you look like this. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, probably. The scuttlebutts. The scuttlebutts live here. Let me just plop under. Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Ah! Pleasing. Skooma sneaky. And treasure. We're gonna just hide here. This is our spot now. We'll go back up. I may have missed some of them. I'm a little bit out of it from pain. So I told her, I said, look, you need to call them back tomorrow. If you're still in agonizing pain, there's a fell runner. Call them back and let them know that you need some sort of... I didn't even realize that there's a scuttlebutt theme. Okay, so there's a scuttlebutt bathing. I did see the one cooking. Also, I see that I am being cooked. So, you know, whatever. I see how it is. And I guess there is one asleep. That's pretty adorable. That's pretty cute. So, I don't know if she's going to listen to me. She doesn't usually. That's because she's a sister. She's my sister, and sisters don't listen to us sisters. Let me go to my enchanted real quick, and we'll log out there. If I had to do it all over again, I'm not even sure how I would have created a village that I was proud of. Because, like, after seeing Sea of Stars, I'm like, mine needs some serious work, and I'm not really sure what I would do to create it. I'm sorry. My sister and I are not terribly close. So we have this. I'm going to show you Deletarium's house too before we leave. Deletarium, I know I've shown their houses before, and he's, I think it's a he. They have done a, I think it was them who did the sled that I've like never seen a sled like that before. Let me double check. Deletarium, was it you? Was it you? Deletarium. Deletarium's Enchanted. Let's go there. I'm pretty sure that they have the sled I was thinking of. This is another one of the entries for the BMW contest. The other ones were Teza, Zoe Blue, Queen Bee, Fayar, and Urt. You know what's funny is we toured somebody's house yesterday that was named Scat, S-C-A-T. And when I tried to post my list to the forums, it blanked it out. And so I'm like, insert here a word that means improvisational jazz with nonsense words. And that's the name you'll get. So, I mean, this may not be the one with the sled, but Deletarium's okay with me looking at their stuff. This is their Enchanted home. And this one, my first thought of it was it's so spring, mixture of spring and winter. It's quite beautiful. It's got just this really, really pretty view. Look at that. As pretty goes, it's pretty amazing. Pretty. It's amazing how people go in completely opposite directions, right? You've got someone doing a town. Okay, see you later, Niawyn. You got somebody doing a town. You've got somebody else doing like an almost spring breeze kind of look. Oh, look at that. It's a staff with a crystal at the top. That's pretty cute. Like an enchanted springtime winter thing. It's hard for me to put my finger on it. Other people did like really cozy interiors. Kitties. Kitties, kitties everywhere. And you know, you would think for New Life that they would all be fairly similar, but they're really not. There's a lot of differences in them. And I mean, look at how pretty this is. There's a little fairy bath over here. Potato. That is what I am. Put me in a stew. We have a little eating spot here. It just seems like it goes on and on. It's pretty impressive just how big it is. Kitties everywhere. And then they even had enough to decorate the interior, which I found kind of amazing. With all of that flora outside, you wouldn't think that they'd be able to, but they did. I know we're all kind of over Christmas, but this was just so different. I really liked it. Let me take a picture from the front. A really pretty picture. Let me see where I can take one. It is lovely, isn't it? Very impressive. Oh, fairy, come on back in. We need you in this picture. There we go. All right. Teza, I know it's okay with us looking at it. And that's the cyrodilic. Teza's one of the other judges. She did not vote on her own, just like I did not vote on my own. And here we go. This is Teza's. And Teza went a different direction as well, which I find just amazing how many different directions people went. So this one is more of like a faith-based, I guess, because that is faith. And definitely the red is holiday. And then you get inside and it's a cozy little holiday scene, which a couple of people went for. You know, this is the only one I'm showing you so far because I know she's okay with it. But a lot of people went with this interior Christmas scene because that's what we're all familiar with in real life, right? Most of us don't have this kind of magical enchanted stuff, so it does make a lot of sense to have a cozy inside scene. All right. Now I will go over to EU like I promised. I don't mean to let y'all down as I do. I've switched on the idea of the day. I'm no longer doing holiday stuff. We're back to normal things, just completely random. So if you're interested in that, you can check them out. This is my Discord. If you wish to join the fun. We have, you know, instructional videos, contest information, speaking of, today is the 28th, which means tomorrow, J Heart's Build a Snowman is due. And that is almost the end of the month in terms of contests. We also have a few more guild contests, but we're almost at another month. And we've got ETU Holiday Home on the 30th, Aether Realms Holiday Home, and on the 31st is Housing Finest Builders Festival of Lights. So we've got all of that. I don't know if any contests. Oh no. Is it COVID? Ollie, I'm so sorry. That's awful. I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was that ill. I'm really, really sorry. Now I'm gonna get sad. Now I'm gonna cry. That's awful. Let's go to Famabarb's Grand Psijic Cathedral of Wisdom. Oh gosh. With that kind of low oxygen, it could be COVID complications. May I recommend for those of you who might be concerned about yourself and family, this is a very cheap way to keep track of things like what Ollie's talking about. This is a, I forget the actual, it's a pulse oximeter. They're fairly cheap. You can get them for like 20 or 30 bucks. And what it is you clip it on your finger, and you can get them from CVS or Walgreens or something, and it will check your pulse, and it checks your, oh Lord, and it checks your oxygen, which right now it says that my oxygen's at 97%. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon. Get one. It also checks your pulse rate, and it's a good idea to check your pulse rate occasionally anyway, because you sort of suddenly start getting a low or high blood pressure. But get one. This is Chrysaea made me promise her I would get one after she got COVID, and they don't even hurt. You just stick your finger in it and go. Please get one. It's a good way to check your family to see if anybody's been suffering from it and just doesn't know. And it's a good thing that they were able to check that for your ex. I know how you feel too. I wouldn't wish anything like that on my ex either. Oh, great. I need a minute. Just give me a minute. I'm back. Sorry about that. No, it's okay. I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm a very sensitive person, and when I think about the people that I care about hurting, like you, it's just a little much sometimes. I just worry about you guys. This world is so messed up right now with this illness. And even if it's not that, you know. Oh yeah, I mean, please feel free to share. It's okay. I'm in a lot of pain and oh, that's neat. And, you know, I'm telling you guys that. It's just that I probably wouldn't have broken down to that point if it, oh, look at the book cart. I probably wouldn't have broken it down like that if I didn't have my own pain and my sister was in the hospital and they thought she had a stroke and I was up almost all night texting to see if they actually got to her. She just has a slip disc, but, you know, it's still very painful and I was worried and, you know, it's just a lot of stuff loading up. And you know, what's really getting to me is we had a family friend who just died of it. And I have a personal friend whose husband died of it. My husband's cousin has it and still doesn't have feeling back in his hands and feet. And then I have, on my Facebook, I have post show up for my husband's half-brother, where he's responding to somebody on a news site who said, this is all bullshit. No one's dying from it. It's all a scam, or it's all a hoax. I'll get this guy. Hold on. That kind of thing. And it's really hard because I guess it was a news article that said 1 in 1,000 people have or have had COVID in the U.S. And my half brother-in-law was responding with facts, and this person was like, nope, not real, it's all just bullshit. And I'm like, how many people do you need? I don't wish it on anybody, but maybe that's the person who needs to have someone in their family pass, right? Not those of us who actually believe it and are trying to do something about it, but the people who are actually causing harm. If it's got to be someone. Okay, that's adorable. Look at that lizard. And I know that's an awful thing to think and say, so I take it back, but you know what I mean. Is there just one lizard? This is just like a real zoo exhibit where you can't actually find the animal because it's asleep or something. Second floor museum. I don't know. Never mind. Just ignore me. I'm having a morning. Oh, and a scorpion. You actually can see the scorpion. It is neat. It is really neat. I do like that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so there has to be an animal in that one that I just didn't see it. Let's go see it. Let's see if I can find it. What is missing in this picture? Maybe not. Maybe I'm on crack. Maybe they did just leave one empty. I really like how this guy's on a branch, just like he would be in real life. My ex-boyfriend has had 2 turtles when we broke up, and I'm still kind of concerned. Like, I would love to know if the turtles are okay. We don't talk to one another, but I care more about knowing how the turtles are, I guess. I'm a sucker for animals. This is such a cool museum. Really, it's an interesting mix of, what's the word? Natural museum and not natural. History. But this is, oh, look at that. It's even got a little exhibit with a kitty over there and another kitty. I get it. That's why you don't go over the fence, because then you get eated by said kitties. Oh, that's really smart. I would get eated. Ah, it's Guar and a jellyfish guy and a Spidey. Oh my goodness. That's really smart. But for all of you, it's definitely okay to talk about things, like if bad things are happening, even if it affects me emotionally for a minute. Feel free. I would rather you be able to talk about things than not. Very cool, famabarb. I'm a fan. All right. Natamarath, Haus Ascant. Alt velothi. I wonder what that means. Haus Ascant. No, I want translation. Okay. I'm not sure what that means because I can't find a translation of Ascant. 384. Why can we build up here? I mean, if one of my Germans knows what this means in this context, I'd love to know. Natha. You need a little more light over the places where you work. Like over here, you need like a work lamp. That way we can see what's there. You put a lot of work into this, so we should see it. Don't, Whoa, low ceiling. Don't short yourself on the attention. Oh, while I'm here, send Mejani her monies. No, I don't know what Mejani's name. Yes, Haus Ascant. I shall spell it. I don't know what this means. The second word. That is what this house is named. Hello, Cassandra. Look, they added a second floor even over here. This is neat for storage. I looked it up on Google Translate, but it didn't have anything for it. Oh, I like that she filled in some of it, but not all of it. Whoa, what's going on in here? Oh, it's closing! Check that out. What a good idea. That's clever. Hold on a second. Somebody needs a... Oh, that's my husband. He's what's the word? Picking up snow. Picking up snow. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so maybe it sort of is, but sort of isn't? I'm not sure. I forgot about your freezing your butt off thing. I'm so sorry. We'll talk about COVID. My poor sister was sent to the doctor because they thought she had a stroke, but she actually had a slip disc. But here's the thing. They didn't even see her until 4:30 or 5 in the morning, and she was there from daytime um, by herself because of all the COVID restrictions. She didn't get her meds that she needed because of the COVID restrictions, and her phone died. I don't even know how she got home. She must have borrowed one of their phones. I wonder. This must be what they mean by ascant, because there's all different, like, strange directed to one side. Like, strangely directed, I guess. There's lots of different weirdness going on. So maybe that's what they mean. Exactly. And she's in New York, so this is cool. Different. Niawyn's Niawyn's farm. We'll go to their antiquarian. So she was there for hours and hours and hours, and by herself with nothing. And so I felt really bad for her. But she was saying she didn't even want to flag somebody down because everybody was running around insanely busy. And of course, they're dealing with the most emergency things, which are typically the COVID patients. So she felt bad and didn't want to like bother anybody. So here's Niawyn's farm. Niawyn, I'm sorry we missed you. We will take a good look at this though. 600 out of 600, 17 effects. Niawyn's getting more and more into effects. It's really kind of exciting. And look at this lovely gardening. Look at the colors. Really nicely picked. Yeah, but it's no fun to be in the cold either. So you have my sympathy. I wish these weren't crown. I love these mushrooms. Yay! We have another forge. Excuse me. I got the yawns. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, Shenzi. That's pretty bad. And in fact, that's kind of close to what my sister has, but not quite. Reed pancake. Okay, first of all, the fact is that Niawyn actually used the book thing. But secondly, they put something around it to make it draw your eye. 1.5 cups of flour, 3.5 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon white sugar, 1¼ cups of milk, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons melted. Go to the hearth and start cooking. /prove. Okay. Here I am, fake cooking. I have a feeling this is a trigger for something, so we'll just keep on looking at everything. They use that trick they came up with again, where they put a cup inside a cup and it makes it look full of something frothy. Yeah, it's a cool effect. And then we have noms. Niawyn's getting really good at effects. Hey, Arduine. Ah! Why'd you close on me? I want your pearl. Don't close on me. Serene! Drunk in bed. Yeah, I like it too. The gardening outside is pretty awesome also. Ah, another thing to read. Eidetic Compendium. Here, this is, you could pick anything if you had it, but unfortunately my character doesn't know any books. But check that out. That's genius. So what they did is they put an effects map over this painting and made it transparent, so it looks like it shows you where the black reach is. It looks like the markings in the map are the markings where black reach is underneath things. That's pretty cool. That is really smart. I like that a lot. Super good use of effects that you couldn't have done without them. Also, this is like my favorite effect, the paper spinning. Niawyn, you're so smart. Alright, so then we have some stuff built outside as well. We've got... Okay, so... kind of almost don't want to brag about this because it's such a shitty thing in the long run. So you guys know that when I buy something for... Chicken in the window. But for something that's like stupid low, that it's obviously a newbie mistake, like they'll sell a... The other day I found a motif, I think it was like a Mazatoon motif for 49 gold or something like that. And I sent it back to the person with, you know, oh, you know, here's what MM is, and I'm sure you didn't know, and, you know, here, take your thing back and whatever. And I do that a lot. But the other day, and I guess this kind of makes me an asshole. Yeah, whenever it's an obvious error, I'll send it back. Except the other day I was looking at stuff and I found a, is that a plow with a thing in? I'm not sure what that means. I found a red spool of thread for 1,000 gold. And I snapped that sucker up so fast. You're lucky if you could find a red spool of thread for less than... Oh, is there writing? I don't see writing. For less than, you know, 750,000. If you're lucky. I didn't send it back. I don't think there's any writing. Just common lantern stationery. Maybe I missed it, but I don't see it. On the Eleanor bench below that. Okay. Oh! No admittance. Excavation area. Thanks for seeing that, Cassandra. See, and that's my point. Is that I found it for 1,000 gold. And normally, I would be the person who'd be sending it back to a person. However, that was not a mistake made out of noob. That was a mistake out of not taking the care that you should take to look up what something's worth. Maybe that is because noob, I don't know. But I was kind of a selfish jerk and I didn't. There's a cow. There's cows! Those are effects, by the way. You see the cows? Although I don't have any light. I can't shine it on it, but there's cows up there. So maybe I'm a selfish jerk, but I didn't sell it. It's sitting in my storage. Okay, so as far as I know, and this is a rumor, so who knows how true this is, it only drops in Haus Bane during the quest where you're in, during a quest. And I think it's the quest when you're in either Magnifica Flora's house or one of the houses you can't get back into. That's true. That's true too. It's during a quest line only though. That's what I've heard. Let me see. Red spool of thread, ESO. Okay. According to MMO Fashion, it said, people who have found the thread have said they only found it during the Haus Bane Thieves Guild quests, where instead of finishing the quest, they pickpocket farmed in the area. Hubalahad Palace is the one I've heard, but there may be others. So, I guess that's it. You know, it's kind of weird that they would even have something that, like, rare in the game. For such a stupid reason to be rare. I'm sure it was a mistake. Alright. Nimsajs, house in Sturzlauf, Ravenhurst. You know, if I just turned around and sold it right away, maybe I would have been a jerk, but I didn't. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. Somebody told me I should make a whole house about it. Like, put this piece of thread in the middle and then build the whole house around the thread. As if that's, like, the centerpiece. Which is kind of funny. 275 out of 400. Just a little over half. We've got nimsajs, which I believe is jasmine backwards, but with an S. And it looks like a cozy home. Now, if I were a super nice person, I would have set that back, but I guess even I have my limits. I was like, I really want this, and I don't want to pay $750,000 for it. I think they're working on this still, is my thought. Let's see what's outside. I've been picking up some lights and sticking them in my lighting storage. Oh, this is the second time I've seen this. I think these are beehives. I think that people are using these baskets as beehives, and that's like the smoker that you use with beehives. I think that's what's going on, and it's like the second time I've seen it ever. And I saw the other one like the other day. So, a little garden. I wonder if it's one of those things that like suddenly everybody's doing. Or maybe nimsajs came up with it. I don't know. Alright. Did we do an exorcised already? I think we did. Flaming Nix, Butchers, Python, 1980. Did I kill you all? You're all so quiet. Are you all dead? Hey, Delicia. I think I killed them. Alright, here we are. Butchers. I guess if I had to. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure that I've seen... I'll allow it. This is cool. I like the fact that they use metal counters. There's the money underneath. This is like the ground... This makes ground food. This is like making ground beef, I think. Yeah, look. Check that out. I'm gonna try to jump up here so you can see. You've got the meats going in up top, and it comes out ground. That's pretty cool. Then you've got the butchering over here. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And then here you have a stove. Or, yeah, I guess it's an oven and a stove. Nicely done. Ah! Smoker. Oh, you're fine. You don't have to limit yourself. Okay, so let's do Strike 4's Eyes in the Dark, Sisters of the Sands. Work. I have to work too, but I'm not doing it right now, obviously. Although this is kind of a job too. You make some money. Not a lot. Ah. I think it is great. It's true, instead of it being worms. So this is Eyes in the Dark, and there's 4 effects. And wow. This is cool. Strike 4 has just been blowing me out of the water with the kind of stuff that they've been coming up with. Very, very, very creative. People are really going beyond, even like weird. It's just gotten to avant-garde and completely different or whatever. Augen and Dunkel, Eyes in the Dark. Oh good, they put it in English and in Spanish. I mean, Spanish and in German. Gazes haunt me, they're all around. Who is watching me? Who is there in the dark? They stare at me, stare with immobile eyes. What have I done? Why are they chasing me? I hear footsteps, at first soft, interrupted by silence, then louder, behind me, approaching. When I turn around, there's nobody or nothing to be seen. The dark devours everything, but also shows something new. Shadows on the floor, shadows on the walls, shadows that change. The darkness reaches for me. The shadows become more threatening. My gaze becomes more restless, as does the gaze around me, as do the gazes around me. I see a figure in the dark. Or is it just a shadow? The night seems endless. My thoughts scream into the darkness around me and inside me. I'm falling deeper and deeper into my thoughts, into the dark. Am I alone? Really cool. Really, really cool. You know, this occurs to me for the first time ever that those kind of look like butterfly wings. When you take it apart like that, you can almost fairy or butterfly wings. Really cool work. I shouldn't be surprised. Strike 4 has been really, really talented. Tydry, Graveyard, Forsaken. Is Trass on? I have a message for Trass if and when they get on. Yes. Thank you, Salvus. Okay. 547 out of 600. This is a graveyard. You know what's funny? Somebody on the, this is exactly how I made a shovel too. Somebody on the forums was just complaining that you don't have a shovel. It's really not that hard to make. What you do is you take a stick, whatever pole you like, and then you take 2 butcher knives and you turn them outwards. So you look like you have butcher's cleavers, I guess. And you look like you have a shovel. That is a way that I have seen that I've made a shovel before. Here's some graves. I guess we're just getting into the graveyard now. Oh, different kinds of graves. They didn't just use the gravestones. They made different kinds. Repurposing things to be stones. Like this is Debella's, and this is orcish, you know. Cool. And there's still some dead bones laying around it. I don't know if the grave tender is just lazy and hasn't gotten around to it yet and just wants to hide it so that no one knows that they're being lazy. Another dead person. Crap. Let me close whatever I can. I'm trying to close everything I can. We'll finish this house and then we'll call it. I don't have it in me today anyway. Oh. Ooh, they're burning people. I mean, I just have to give up on the multi-stream, honestly. But I'm paying more for it, so maybe I'll just cancel the service. A neat little mausoleum down there. Look at these stairs, wowzers. Those are impressive stairs. Beautiful. All right, everybody, exclamation point potato, PCNA, PCEU, 50,000 gold for those who are watching live. Or if you know, enter it and then go, that's fine too. I'm gonna call it. Yay! But just as I was gonna call it, because I'm buffering. Where that smoke's coming from. Really cool house. Definitely different. This is quite the mausoleum.